welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast, your number one gaming podcast on YouTube. I'm your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. Quick little shout out to our Control Freaks
sponsors.
Sponsor. Yeah, go to controlfreaks.com.
You always fuck this up.
I always fuck up sponsors.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they'll still be our sponsors after, but yeah, sorry. Yes. It was worse. What was it?
Just keep going on the Control
Freaks. Use our code GOP for 5% off.
10% off.
10% now?
10% off, yeah.
Cool.
On any product on Control Freak. Excellent. We have our own. Good. And also, want to give a shout out to gmdb.tv. That's our partner website where it's all game movies organized by genres and alphabetical order, all that type of stuff. So if you like game movies that we do, go check it out over there because it's not only ours, but friends of ours, partners of ours who have great game movies too. Mm-hmm. And stuff that we definitely don't do, like JRPGs or
stuff that we unfortunately don't have time for.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this week on the podcast, this story really caught my eye because as a YouTuber, it's near and dear to my heart. I'm calling this topic matter the gift and the curse of social media and
YouTube,
internet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say stardom because I don't want to say that, but internet, like, no.
You already said it's out there.
No ability. Yeah, just throwing it out there. But anyways, TotalBiscuit. If you guys don't know who TotalBiscuit is, he's a fellow YouTuber. He's really big. He has 2.1 million subscribers, and he does PC reviews. He has a podcast. Everything. He's a really known name in the community, and his word counts for a lot. Mm-hmm. And he recently decided to quit all social media
for good reason.
For good reasons, and there's a lot of layers to this, but I don't know. This is a really interesting topic to me because even though we're on a much smaller scale, like I've experienced the great things about social media and YouTube, and the really dark and depressing things about especially social media. Mm-hmm. So just a little background on TotalBiscuit first. It's to keep in mind. He has terminal cancer. Yes. So that's a very important matter.
Cancer a year ago?
Yeah, he's had cancer now for a couple of years, and he's been fighting it.
Yeah, well, he had fought it. You know, it's one of those sad stories, like where they beat it,
and then it comes back.
It comes back
with a fury. So he thought he had beat it, and then he went for his checkup like 6 months later, and then they told him that it was back and even worse, and that he has terminal cancer. He only has a couple of years to live. So he put out this SoundCloud saying that he was done. I don't know what triggered him. Like there must have been just that tip of the iceberg.
It probably wasn't like this. I don't think it was like the tip of the iceberg comment was.
Yeah.
I just think it's like he himself decided like fuck it, because I'm sure he's had enough of he's had a mountain of even the figurative iceberg, like he's had it for years.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, there had to have been like one thing that was just like that. This is it. And I mean, like, of course, there's a whole iceberg under that tip, but it was like that one final thing that pushed them over the edge.
Yeah. Know? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, granted, like I said, like the way I saw it, wasn't necessarily like there was I mean, granted, obviously there's always a tip, but it just seemed like I'm sure that tip was a long time ago, and it's honestly, it's just got into so much worse now,
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, the thing about social media is, and I've had this, like, people love criticizing other people. Like, it's just, I don't know if I think it's just human nature, like, that you just want to put other people down. And I think that we fight against that nature, and that's what makes us civilized people.
Yeah.
But social media and internet just really brings the worst out of people because it's so anonymous. And, like, you don't have to be responsible for what you say, and no matter what people say, like, people always argue that it does, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you.
I don't know if that's argued so much anymore. You know what I mean? I think people pretty much know that, like, if it's not as bad, if it's not just as bad, it's worse. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? You're right. I think I would say at the best we're in a transitional period.
Yes. Yeah.
Where, because I think the people who are in control are still from an era where they didn't even have internet, and the new generation has been born only with internet. So I think maybe in another 20 years it'll be.
I mean, technically, you were born without internet.
I was born without internet. Yeah.
Right.
So like, I didn't have internet.
I guess technically I was.
too. That's what I'm saying. We're in a transitional period, so like I think it is being more acknowledged. I agree with you on that point, but I think people are
they still take it for granted.
Yeah, I think there's still a large amount of people who are just like, just ignore it. It's all you have to do is ignore what people say, and you'll be fine. And now, like, I'm not saying that, like, if you criticize me or anybody, that they're just gonna break down. Like, so people react to it different ways. But I'm not gonna sit here.
It also depends on where they are in their life.
Yeah,
what's going on in their life.
Yeah, and if having terminal cancer is can really just make you see what's important in life and what isn't.
Exactly.
But my point is, like, yeah, it doesn't mean like I'm not gonna break down. I hope I don't, but like
anytime soon at least.
Anytime soon, yeah. Maybe if I get bombarded for years, but some people it does. I feel pissed most of the times when somebody says something against our videos or something.
I feel pissed when I'm reading about other people talking about other people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like sometimes, I don't necessarily go on and like talk shit, but you know, I'm thinking it. You know what I mean? But it's like there's no need.
Yeah, that's how I am too. For the most part, I just
especially on social media.
At the most, I'll type something out. And then I'll just delete it. I just needed to get it out of my system.
Then a little bit.
But I won't post it or respond or anything because I'm like, what's it gonna accomplish? You know what I mean? Like, what's it gonna accomplish me responding to this person?
Maybe you'll be the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, I mean, with TotalBiscuit, I think the cancer thing. You should listen to his SoundCloud, which we'll link in the description, where he talks about why he's quitting, and I think it's touching because it makes you realize like how much all of it is kind of, it's just, it doesn't matter, you know, because at the end he's realizing like the only thing that matters is my family and my mental sanity. Yeah, like I can't sit here and just listen to you criticize me for 24/7. You know,
and it's one of those things. Obviously, everyone's gonna be like, they won. You know, like they got him. It's like, no.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
I get. Well, you know, I guess I don't know. Maybe they did win.
What do they win though?
Nothing.
Like, it's not.
They don't get a check in the mail.
You know?
Yeah, you don't get a check in the mail. Nothing like you're just a troll and your heart has been fulfilled. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, if you enjoy it.
If you enjoy trolling people, I guess some people.
That's what they're winning. They're winning the enjoyment.
Yeah, and then on YouTube is a whole other animal too, because you do want, like, you want to stay connected to your fan base or to your viewers. I'm not gonna say fan base, viewers. And I personally always try to respond to anybody who gives me a specific question. Like, if it's just a general comment, I'm not gonna respond to every single one because there's just too many.
Even questions, there's a lot.
Yeah, but if there is a kind of a like, I like what you did in this specific spot. Like, how did you do that? You know, then I'll respond to that specific comment. For the most part, most negative things, I don't respond to them because then they'll just keep responding with more and more negative things, you know?
It's like when we were doing the live streams, which fortunately we haven't had time to do.
Yeah.
But it was when we would get trolls, and then, I mean, for the most part, obviously we saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the things, we always see it, of course. And there was a lot of times where, like, you acknowledge, I'm like, come on, Mike. like I remember, I guess it was only once.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, I don't think it was like one of the times when you were playing and I was just watching the thing. I was just like, okay.
Well, I mean, I acknowledge it so that you could block it. Like,
yeah.
So you get
that's
like, some people are like,
I forgot. Yeah,
because people will come in and be like, you fat motherfucking bald bitch ass, like. And like, what are you?
I'm like, I don't appreciate you talking about me like that.
Yeah. Like, Jesus, dude, it's genetics. Like, what can I do? Yeah, like I don't care, but at the same time, it just brings negative vibes. Like, I think it brings down the whole chat, and when you're live streaming, it brings down the video. It's just like, well, I don't understand why people want to do that. I don't know. I've never been like one to just troll people online. I mean, in real life, we kind of just make fun of each other.
Yeah.
There's somebody you know.
So there's more people. I mean, it's like one of those things like where people are more comfortable now.
Yeah, and that's
online in general.
Yeah, and that's
with everything.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing with the whole anonymity. I can't say
anonymity.
Anonymity. being anonymous. Yeah,
the act of being anonymous, right?
Yeah, you just feel more comfortable. You can say whatever you want, and there's no repercussions. Like you said, things are starting to change. But this TotalBiscuit thing just really got me thinking about the gift and the curse of social media and YouTube. It's a gift to be able to stay connected to your viewers because you can build a real relationship with the people who enjoy your content, and it helps your channel grow faster than if you didn't have comments, if you didn't have feedback, you know?
Like, I can't think of any specific examples, but I mean, there's been plenty of like celebrities and like, you know, that just like for a while have to step away.
Yeah, because it's too much.
Yeah.
The one person in regular media that I remember is Dave Chappelle, who remember like he I think I forgot how much, it was like $20 or $50 million contract. He signed the contract and then he gave it up because for many reasons. Was part of it, it was that he just needed to get away from all the noise that was being generated.
And you have to be in the noise when you're...
Yeah, you have to be in the limelight. You have to be hearing about all these people talking about you, both bad and good. And it can get deafening. Like, it just... And that's the part that if you don't do YouTube or stuff like that, and if you don't get that many comments... Like, I remember when I only had 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, I'm going to respond to every single comment that I ever get because I want to make sure that everybody knows that I care. And then when I had like 100,000, it would be a whole day's work just to read every comment.
Just to read, yeah.
You know, like it really...
I can't imagine for some of these people that have just like 500,000, a million.
A million, yeah. Like
they would have to like one video would be like the whole day of reading.
Yeah, no, it would take
not
forever.
Responding.
And the thing is too, and that's especially for people who have a channel that's based on them and their personality. I mean, for us, we're kind of anonymous too. Like most people don't even know who we are. Like we just do our game movies, and people don't know us, but we still get a lot of comments, and a lot of times it's mostly about the game, so that's fine. And sometimes it's personal stuff. But somebody like TotalBiscuit, he's the face of his channel.
Right.
Like imagine PewDiePie. Like how many just personal questions must he get about just like, oh, you know, how were you doing yesterday? Like it'd be nice to be able to respond to. Like I get that. Like, oh, how are you doing? Like I wish I could respond to that comment, but it just seems like waste of time. Like you know,
what
like
do you choose?
Yeah, what do you choose? So. It's a gift and a curse, and I feel really bad for TotalBiscuit that in his last years he has to deal with that, and he has to deal with that because his livelihood is YouTube. But it's also been the gift of his life to be able to review PC games.
He mentions that, like,
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, for the most part, it's obviously a small group of people, you know, compared to the people that actually like him and watch him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just he loves those other people, doesn't necessarily care about the other ones.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, he has to cater to none of them now.
Yeah, because the bad ones are too overwhelming, even though they're the minority. But there's that saying too, where it's like you can have 100 people clapping in the crowd and one person scowls at you and you remember the scowl. You don't remember you don't remember the other 100 people clapping.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So and that's the unfortunate thing of human nature, I think. That I wish that we could get over that, but it is difficult, and it's something to think about if you're thinking about getting into YouTube. Hopefully you have that problem. Like, you know, hopefully you get to that point where you have that problem, but I would say don't judge people like TotalBiscuit for shutting down his social media and kind of just distancing himself from his fans, because it'll drive you crazy if you just try to focus on that all day. Like it will make life not even worth living, because it's just I rather, like he said, I rather just spend time with my family. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like it, if you don't want to watch my videos anymore because I'm not responding to you, then don't watch it. Like
I just wanted, like, I don't know if it was funny, but when he was talking about how I think he said Chris, which I don't know who that is, but Chris is going to be taking over his Twitter and SoundCloud and all that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I cannot delete my Twitter. Yeah. Because I am contractually obligated.
Because I have to have the Twitter under contract, which is a crazy thing, you know. Like you don't need and that's why he made a big deal in the end about taking control over his life again. And that what you just said just shows you how much control he had to give up just to get where he is, because he can't even control the fact that he can leave his social media open or close it.
Yeah,
he has to leave it open.
I'm always curious. I mean, obviously, it's one of those things like he could shut it down, but the consequences are too great.
Yeah, he'll lose a lot of money, and he needs it now.
Yeah,
especially. So, interesting story. Check out the SoundCloud. I'll link it in below if you're interested. And it's just an interesting kind of look into the new age media and
new age media celebrities.
Yeah, exactly. So second story, Street Fighter
going back to the game. Well, I guess it was all games, but
gaming world. Yeah.
Street Fighter 5.
Yeah,
coming out next month.
Next month.
Game almost didn't happen apparently. Sony, Capcom didn't have the money.
Apparently they didn't have the money, so they had to ask Sony to get. Even though it's probably their most recognizable franchise in Capcom.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what if Nintendo had to go to Sony and we can't make Mario.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But anyways, they made a huge announcement today, is that they're actually gonna introduce a story mode.
Mm-hmm.
And just from the trailer, it looks kind of like, I would say, a Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9 story mode. Maybe I think they said over an hour of cutscenes plus the fights that you have in between. And they're gonna release it as free DLC in the summer.
Okay.
June probably. A lot of things to this. One, I think that's really good, because I think the story is really good for Street Fighter. I've always liked the animated movies.
Yeah, I mean, they have during the arcade streaks you go on.
Yeah.
For the character, you kind of see their story.
A little bit,
yeah,
but
exactly.
it's not the same.
Like a story. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the towers.
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat,
just a classic arcade mode story. Not too much in depth. Most of the story is in the ending, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think the beginning and ending.
Yeah,
there might be one in the middle,
and that's it. And now they're gonna have kind of a more traditional story mode. Now it's like I said, for one, that's good, because it should have a story mode. It has a rich universe. People love the characters. Why not?
Some of the most recognizable characters.
Yeah, Ryu, Ken, Guile.
Video games. One of the greatest theme songs ever, Guile's.
True. And just the Street Fighter 2.
Well, yeah, but Guile. But Guile.
Okay, and then but the second part about this, which I think is funny, is how manipulative Capcom is. They've always been like this. Just the fact that they told us that they didn't have money to make Street Fighter 5 already is bullshit. There's no fucking way your most recognizable title and you can't make this game happen unless you get extra. That's bullshit. Sony bought you out. That's what happened. I'm calling you out. I know that's what it is until I see documents that prove me otherwise. Okay, but
this is a GOP breaking.
No, but okay. The point is, so they do this. This is really sly. So they made the game, and it's the regular arcade game and everything, and you get all your features. And in the modern era now, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a story mode. It doesn't need to be
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah,
Rainbow Six Siege.
Well,
Destiny.
It has a story mode.
Yeah, it does. I'm just trying to think of Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve. No story mode. That's right. You're right.
Yeah,
it does have a story mode, but it sucks really bad.
Well, it's just like Titanfall story mode.
Yeah. Okay, but there's no reason that you shouldn't have one there, and if you don't, you're gonna get called out on it. Battlefront and Titanfall and Evolve.
And obviously the same goes the other way. The Order. If
you have only story and it's so short, then what else is there? But my point is, they're really sly because they're making us think that it's like a gift. No, they're making us think that it's we're the great Capcom, we're so nice and we love our fans so much that we're gonna give you this free DLC just because we love you guys so much. We're gonna give you this free DLC, whereas it should really be part of the game. It's not. It doesn't make any sense to me why a modern fighter doesn't have a story anymore. Mortal Kombat has a template for it.
Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and yet they had one before. Why didn't they take it out?
Yeah. Too much money. I don't know.
That could be too much money. Yeah.
They don't have one. Killer Instinct doesn't have one.
What?
Killer Instinct.
Oh, Killer Instinct. But that's different. That's a free game.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. I guess, I mean, like, looking at it, like, Mortal Kombat's one of the only ones that's ever really had, like... Granted, I don't know even which Mortal Kombat it started. I don't know.
Well, MK versus DC.
That's where it started?
Yeah. Because
Really?
I can't think of before... MK. Well, no. Hold on. What am I saying? No, like the GameCube ones had story.
Right. So like, I'm just trying to think when they started, because like, I'm trying to think of other games besides.
Like they started like 2002.
Right, because
like,
I'm just trying to think of other games that do like fighting game wise that have a story. You know.
I wonder if Tekken does.
I've never actually played
Me
Tekken.
neither.
You know, the new one looks cool and it has Akuma.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Okay.
But like, I'm just trying to think like Smash Brothers 64. You know, the Street Fighters in general.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Any of the great arcade fighting games.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's what I'm saying.
And they're arcade.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. It changed with Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. That's the one. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the first one that had story. Smash Brothers on GameCube had a
Wii. GameCube did not. Smash Brothers Melee did not have a story.
Yeah, well, on the Wii. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
On
Brawl
did. I'm guessing Tekken might. I don't know.
I don't play the series. I played the series, but I haven't ever looked at the campaign.
Yeah. Okay.
I
don't know. It should have a story. I think, especially Street Fighter, like it has a rich universe. It should have a story.
Like
Whatever.
Soul
I guess
Calibur and stuff. They have stories.
I haven't played since part one. See, that's the thing. We don't. I don't know. I can't really comment.
Yeah, I'm just like, off the games that I've played, like they don't have stories besides Mortal Kombat
and Smash Brothers.
Well, it's only Brawl, because that's the only one that.
Yeah,
had
but
it.
that's from that era. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like,
see, the thing, Nintendo too, like, and the reason Nintendo, they just wanted to cut it out because they're just like, nobody cares anyway. But people wanted it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or maybe they should make a Street Fighter story game. Period. Like, and I think people would buy it.
There's a game I played. It was Persona Arena. You've heard of the Persona series?
Yeah.
Right? It's like a RPG.
A Japanese RPG.
So they also have like a fighting game. You know, they could have done something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Street Fighter.
So Street Fighter RPG.
Well, not. I mean, it doesn't have to be an RPG, but it can be like
it would be fucking awesome though.
Oh yeah.
It would be awesome. Walk around, dude. Ryu roams the earth, fighting the next fight. Anyway, it's pretty much like a Pokemon, right? Maybe that's where the idea came from.
Maybe, but
I just, regardless of whether fighting games have them or not, they should have them because.
It's that whole Halo COD thing that has ruined ruined games, kind of.
Yeah, because it just is part of the package. Again, like, dude, they would have sold a lot of copies regardless because it's just people buy Street Fighter to play it competitively, to play it.
Yeah, granted, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, competitive wise, I can see a lot of people buying it, and it's it's one of the biggest fighting games.
Yeah,
if not the biggest.
And what I'm saying too is just that, like, it's not that hard to make that type of campaign. They've obviously had to pay to make the cutscenes, which is probably cost a couple $1 million, I would say. But as far as like, you don't have to design maps or anything. Like, you just lead them to the next fighting spot, and then you just use the same engine you built for fighting. You know, so like that. It's not. I don't think it's that much to add on, which is why I think they're doing it. But I just think that they're really smart. Like, I'm not even mad at them. I think that they're smart for presenting it in this way because it gives them goodwill. Because it tells people like, oh man, they're giving us a story mode when they don't have to.
And like I said, the reason for that is because so many other fighting games don't.
That's true. Okay, I can see that. But Mortal Kombat does.
Yes.
And that's the
the unfortunate thing for them is they always have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, which is, fine for us.
Yeah.
But who knows how it is for them.
But I think that adds to their game. Now, see, we should have looked up the sales numbers to see who sells more. And I don't know if that makes that much of a difference, but it has to be a factor. You know what I mean? Like, at the very least, Mortal Kombat is their biggest competitor. You know, because Smash Brothers is a different thing. I think. Other than that, what else is there? It's Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and then all the other games are
Fighters, Tekken.
They're all like tier 2. You know, those are the 2 tier 1 franchises. I feel like they should have caught up with Mortal Kombat a long ass time ago. Like they should have had a story.
Maybe they didn't have to.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
well, you
let
know,
them do their story.
Well, the reason they don't have to is because they're the ones who started doing like Super Street Fighter. Like, you know, instead of making a story mode, they'll just give you the updates. The 25. What was it? The Dead Rising
Super Arcade.
Arcade.
They were just making
Turbo.
fun of themselves.
Yeah, it was funny.
Alpha, yeah.
Super Arcade Alpha Dead Rising 3 EX Turbo.
Yeah, that was also the trailer was hilarious for that.
Yeah, it was really.
I think it was at E3, right? It was announced.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like I'm not mad at Street Fighter. I just think that they're smart as heck.
We'll replay the whole beginning. He's not mad. Like,
yeah, no,
because you sounded mad. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I was just saying that they're really manipulative. I can't say that word. Manipulative, and at the end, I just think that they're smart for it, but at the same time, I don't think that we should fall for it. I think you should demand to have a story mode in there. Like, it should be in a modern game. It should have a story mode too, because it's not that hard to accomplish in the large side of things.
Okay.
You don't agree with that?
It's one of those things like while I always I would always actually I don't even know if I would care for a story mode for a lot of these. Like for something like Street Fighter probably.
I mean, we would have missed out on Injustice's great story mode.
Yeah. But something like, I mean, Titanfall, like if it has a story mode, I'll probably play it.
See, those games are different. Titanfall should have a fucking story.
Yeah, well, no, it should, but it's like one of those things like
Titanfall like needs a story.
Black Ops 3, for example, it's literally just multiplayer for me.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like a lot of people play a story mode. I enjoy the story mode.
I mean, like I said, I love story mode games. Like I mean, I play a lot of them. It's just like something like this. It's like it didn't like. I'm just saying, it didn't have it. You know.
Yeah.
So now that they're gonna put it in, it's just you're gonna be expecting it. And I mean, that's how they get you. They put you to not expect it.
Yeah, and that's exactly
they didn't even have to do this. You know
okay, no, but see, that's how they solved it. Was instead of giving it to you on release, they're gonna give it to you
in summer.
Summer as a free DLC. So it's like you can't really expect it for future titles. They're just doing this out of the greatness of their.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because now they better have a DLC for Street Fighter 6. I mean, a story on release. You know, that's what people are going to be thinking with this.
Maybe I don't. See, I disagree.
That's where I like. That's what. Yeah. That's where I disagree with you. Like this is like people are thinking like this isn't going to be like the standard now.
Yeah,
I believe this. If they do this, it will become their standard, and if they make future games, they will have to either expand upon it or.
See, I don't think they'll have to, because they can always just say like, well, we did it for that because we had extra time, free DLC later. Maybe we'll do it for part 6. Maybe. So, you know, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out.
We'll have to wait 10 years for the next Street Fighter.
That's true.
Because I mean, not 10 years, whatever it is for when
it's been a while. Yeah.
When Street Fighter 4 first came out, it's been
it's been almost 10 years.
Has it?
Yeah. It's been almost 10 years.
So we'll have to wait however long they decide to wait between these titles.
Yeah, it'll take a while. But you know what? Either way, though,
I'm also curious if they are gonna. Because speaking like they're gonna do this free story DLC. They've done some free updates. Obviously, they do the patches free for the most part.
Yeah.
But then they always have like Super Street Fighter, which is a bigger patch that costs money.
Yeah.
And new characters. I wonder if they're gonna be, because the roster I think is like 10 people. I forget, maybe 8.
Yeah.
I forget how much. So I wonder if they're gonna. I mean, they have to kind of keep doing that since they did it in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, they've done it for every single one.
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right. But I'm saying because Super Street Fighter 4, I think it's had the most iterations, maybe.
I don't know, because they had See, you were still a baby back then. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition.
Okay.
Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship Edition. So that's 6 of them. There might have been more.
Okay.
Yeah, like but part 4 had Super Street Fighter 4 arcade. They had arcade edition.
2004 12 edition or whatever it was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny though because that's another thing where it's like as long as you condition people for it, like people still complain, but not really. Like I mean, whenever the next one comes out, the fans are happy to buy it. You know what I mean? Like,
and yeah, which is weird because this is one of the games that's very. It seems to be the developers cater to the tournament players.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their hardcore fan base, and those people will buy the new iterations. Like they'll always buy the new iterations, so that why not? You know, makes sense. But excited for it though. It looks good, and it has a. I mean, Street Fighter 2 just has great characters. So
Street Fighter 2.
I'm sorry, Street Fighter in general.
Oh, okay.
I just always say because that's
the game you play.
No,
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the one I played. But on top of that, like. Also, the Street Fighter 2 animated movie was the first one I saw. And it's really good. Like, I still enjoy watching, even though it's kind of cheesy, but still good. But yeah, anyways.
I remember watching, like, so many of those because there's, like...
Alpha was good, too, with Akuma, I think. And, yeah, they're really good. So, there's no reason why this story mode won't be excellent. All right, next topic.
Yes.
Fallout 4 mods.
Fallout 4. We've known about this for a while that they're getting mods.
Yeah, they announced
there's no new news or anything.
Yeah, but they announced the mods at E3 right when they announced the game too.
Yeah, but we've been getting like hints that they're coming up with more details about it soon.
Yeah. So your question about this was, how are the mods gonna work on that? Because the whole point is you're gonna be able to use the mods that you use on your computer on that.
That's what I think. That's what the idea.
The idea is. Yeah, but you don't think that's gonna happen?
Well, I'm very curious, like, because. Are they gonna just like kind of like open the floodgates?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just let
anybody who wants to like upload a mod and then everybody can. Because you're mentioning like you can. There's a lot of people out there who will just give you a fake mod that will break your.
Well, I mean, not necessarily a fake mod, just like a mod that you need to know what you're doing to be able to get to work.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
Like I mean, obviously, there's probably people that are just being assholes and put something that will just like mess up your game,
which has happened.
Yeah, but I'm sure like most of the people like they want to create something special.
Yeah.
Like, first, I didn't install many mods myself because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a computer strong enough. I basically had my friends help me if anything.
Yeah.
So. Seeing this, because we're console people, we play console.
Yeah, we're not really PC people.
It's gonna be just even if it's not everything PC gets, it's still gonna be like super interesting to see for people that only play console and don't touch mods.
Yeah, and that might open a gate for people because like once the first time you start modding a game and you like it, like you'll fall in love with that game more than any other game that you played, and then I think it'll open a gate for a lot of people into the PC realm.
Yeah, exactly. It could open the realm to the PC. Like it could open more people from console to PC, but it could also like maybe it'll be okay, for people that don't have a PC.
Yeah.
They can still get some of the benefits, and maybe it'll open up to other games.
Yeah, so I mean about this specific thing though, I'm thinking that I think that you're right. I think they have to have some sort of screening process, but to me that doesn't make any sense because there will be so many mods that it'll be impossible for them to have people check. So I'm thinking that they had to have made the architecture so that it just works on the one if it works on the PC.
Yes.
Like there has to be something there, like because it doesn't make any sense to me that they would like hire 20 people just to be checking these mods all day.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have to be more.
Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, there's so many mods out there that'd be crazy.
Yeah, exactly, and just like some of the mods I've seen, like they seem so much fun. Just for Fallout 4, I think there was one I saw just like a preview of it. It was like you can have lightsabers.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, one of our shout out to GMDB, like one of our partners, Yik17, he's doing an entire series based on Star Wars. So he has his character as Darth Vader, right? And he's making kind of his own story. He's weaving it around where...
Is he Vader or is he Anakin?
He's Vader.
Okay.
He's like Vader, but it's his story is taking place between episode 4 and 5, where he's looking for his son, Luke. And so like it's cool because in Fallout 4, you're looking for your son. So a lot of the dialogue matches. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, he also has a mod so that like when you capture a town and you start building it, you can make everybody there dressed like a stormtrooper. You know what I mean? And then you also have like the what's it called, the Brotherhood of Steel, and they have like the big ship, so it kind of looks like it's a Star Destroyer like coming in. So I mean, just the amazing things that you can do with mods. Like he's literally making his own story out of the Fallout story using like these different models, and he's making it his own Star Wars story.
Right. And yeah, and I mean, it's just gonna be like how can they get that like
to work on that one?
Because from what like one of the quotes in the article was, we wanted to do it in a way that's easy. Yeah. It's not about you have to have a PC. You have to do it yourself. The idea is to play the game, and there's a menu. You click on it, and there's a bunch of stuff for you to download. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So, I mean, that seems super. I mean, I'm sure that's similar to how it is for PC modding. Obviously, there's gonna be stuff that you have to fix or whatever. Yeah. Change some things. You know, change some things around. But how is it gonna work?
I don't know.
Which granted, we'll find out. And if it's done right,
it'd be amazing.
It's amazing because they can open this up to any, or hopefully open it up to whatever other Bethesda game comes out in the late future. That
would be a game changer, I think. Like as far as for industry wide, like that's gonna be a new standard
for consoles.
For any game that's also on the PC, like they're gonna have to figure out how to develop the same stuff so that they can, because once people get their hands on that, like that game is going to become relevant, like really, really relevant.
Fallout 4, and I mean, people love Fallout 4.
And remember the other game at E3 was Doom. That
one mod? I forgot.
They had. Well, it's the same. It's Bethesda too.
Right.
So like they had the same like, oh, we're gonna have the mods on both.
Okay.
So I mean, that might be one of the new things that we got to keep an eye out for.
Especially if Doom has multiplayer. I wonder how that's gonna work first of all.
Yeah, new maps and like way better than like something like Forge. Even though Forge is awesome for Halo.
yeah. Because what is it? I mean, granted, Halo has been doing it where they implement some of the maps, into the actual. But like like a game like Counter-Strike, like a lot of maps, Team Fortress 2, like a lot of maps are community made.
Yeah, yeah. But, it's just funny to think because again, how far are consoles behind PC? Like PC players are saying right now, like we've been fucking doing this since 1992. Like
CS:GO.
Yeah, like
or what is it? Half-Life when they created everything else out of Half-Life.
Yeah. So. PC players, Master Race, you guys are the best. Shit.
But leave our consoles alone. They're catching up slowly, very slowly.
As soon as we catch up, they're on the next.
Shut up. We'll be fine.
So all right, so the final story this week, Mighty Number 9. Again.
We talked about this a little bit before.
Yeah, we have. We're gonna go over it quickly, but this again, it got delayed again. It happened like right before it's gonna come out.
Yeah, this was not as sketchy as the last time.
Yeah, last time it was like 2 days before.
But it's one of those things like the last one was so bad. Like, just looking at the numbers, they made almost.
How many million?
They made almost 3 million more than their goal.
Their goal. So
their goal was 900,000. That was their goal. 900,000.
Okay.
They made $3.8 million.
So almost $4 million they raised to make this game. Mm-hmm. They were estimating that it was gonna 900,000. That was their goal, meaning that they have $3 million more in funds, and they still can't.
Whatever it is, they weren't able. They couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I can't judge because I know making games is a tough thing, like, and I can't do it. But at the same time, like, that's a lot of money that people put up to see this game. And then this last delay is supposedly for multiplayer bugs.
Yeah, something about there was like very bad like game breaking issues with the network.
See, but if it were you though, I think I would just release the game as a single player and then do a patch later for the multiplayer.
And that's what a lot of people I think are thinking too.
Yeah.
Especially since there is no projected date to when they're done.
Yeah.
Like I mean, as much as I love this, I want this title to be ready. It's just like the excuses are like
they're getting annoying.
They're getting like just like miscalculations on our part, and the development staff. It's just like
it's one of those
just
things.
Don't announce when it's coming out.
Yeah,
like that's the part that's like granted, I think it's one of those things. Like I think people don't want to wait. They wouldn't want to wait anyways. Yeah. But if you don't give them a date,
it's frustrating. And
if you give them a date and then don't follow through, it's frustrating. If you don't give them a date at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's almost better.
Yeah, because especially since it's the second time to be delayed. I mean, if any, well, in my experience, this is a whole different thing. But there's certain videos that I do that like people want to see and they want me to tell them a time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll have it done by November 10th.
And then I don't finish the game.
Yeah. No, and I'm talking about like edits, like montages or something that I have to like creatively do. Something that really takes a lot of work, not just cutting and pasting. And like, there's been plenty of times, in my opinion, where it's like I'm late, and I'm like, I'll get it done next week. I'm late. I'll get it done next week. I'm late. People are pissed, but then once it's released, everybody forgets. It's almost like you just wash.
That is true.
So, like, if I were them, I'd just give them another fucking date. And even if they delayed it again, like, honestly, I would just say, like, March 8th. And if you can't deliver by March 8th, just say, I'm sorry, my miscalculation is, like, April 9th. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because by the time it releases, everybody's just going to be like...
Because, I guess, they have the money.
They obviously do, yeah.
I mean, I still don't understand 100% how Kickstarter works. Like, if the pledge, like, if the game doesn't go through... Yeah. Granted, like we played it at E3.
It seemed fine to me.
Granted, I think we played half a level.
Yeah.
Because there was a time limit on the thing, but it seemed completely fine to me.
Well, as far as the Kickstarter goes, like that's it. The people gave the money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's if they don't finish it, unless they specifically say like we'll give you back your money if we don't finish it.
I don't think that is. No.
But like it just doesn't matter. Like that money's like either way they're finishing it though. Mm-hmm. Like they. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, why? How do you miscalculate that bad that you have to do it like a week before you tell them that? Usually it's something like Uncharted, for example, is gonna come out in March, or I forgot.
Uncharted 4? Or the Nathan Drake collection?
No, like part 4.
Okay.
Like it was gonna come. I forgot they delayed it, but like they delayed it like 3-4 months before it was supposed to come out, and now it's coming out I think March or April. So it's like that makes more sense, but twice is within a week or so. Mm-hmm. Like almost, what is it supposed to come out February 9th? Like a week 9th. And a half.
Yeah.
Like that's a major miscalculation.
Yeah, and it's just like so sad.
I don't know. As a fan though, would you rather them just release it with no multiplayer and get it later, or do you just want to?
I mean, I would love to get the game with no multiplayer. I mean. I don't even I didn't look at the mode. Like all I wanted was the game. Like I just wanted like Mega Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting like because the reason they added all that stuff was because they were getting more money.
Yeah.
So I mean there was online co-op challenge mode. They got it for like PlayStation 3, 360, and Wii U. Like they got it for all those modes. PS Vita, Xbox One, like that's what they were paying for.
Yeah.
And then like online battle race mode. It's just like,
Okay, see now that is different then, because if that's part of the goals on the Kickstarter, then yeah, they got to deliver that shit when it comes out. Like yeah. So that I did not know that.
So like if I wouldn't have looked at this, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to play. Granted, it's not Mega Man.
Yeah.
But it's the closest thing. Like it's not. Because there's all those off-brand Mega Man style games. This one's made by the guy
that made Mega Man.
Yeah, it says right here, all-star team of veteran Mega Man devs.
Yeah,
and if this is how this is going, I mean, they had another game planned that didn't reach its pledge.
Yeah, and I don't think it ever.
I don't think it will.
Yeah,
granted, the anime did. They had an anime going for it, but the game it was called Ash Red, which I think was going to be somewhat like Mega Man Legends.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly, it was supposed to be kind of like that.
Really good game too.
Yeah. I never played those. I was always the 2D. I didn't have the console at the time. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look good for concept.
Yeah.
And Inafune. Kenji in Kenji.
And unless the only thing that will fix it is once it's released, is one of the best games of the year. You know, then that will wash everybody's doubts away. Just like, well, they waited for a good reason. You know,
and that's the thing, you have to hope that they did wait for a good reason.
And I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, well, I really just. One of the things I don't want a release date, but I do, because then it's just like...
Just lie to me. Like, just tell me whatever date, that way I know.
I don't know how many times I can handle it, though.
You'll be fine. When the game comes out, you'll be fine. Don't worry. All right, guys.
I don't even know when it comes out. They're just going to announce it. They should just announce it one day. Like, it's out.
Yeah.
Buy it.
I think that's what they might do, like, to be honest. But yeah, Mighty Number 9, delayed again. We'll see when it comes out. Thank you for joining us this week on the Nerds with Glasses podcast. We will be back next week. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you guys then.
Were you just lost me?
No, I was thinking about what was going to happen next week in terms of games, but I don't think it's anything in particular.
It's going to be the next week we might not have a podcast. The week after we might not have a podcast.
Yeah, because we're going to be busy on February with the Dying Light, Unravel. Well, not Mighty Number 9 anymore, but there was Naruto, and there's a couple other games. It's a big day on February 9th of games. So we'll see. But we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace out.